Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the land, and Ursula von der Leyen, with her steady hand. Together they may bring an end to this feud and lift the veil of darkness that's long ensued. Let us delve deeper into this topic at hand and understand the details that make it grand. For the signing of this deal may change the fate of UK, EU, and Northern Ireland state. Britain and the European Union have finalized an agreement over post-Brexit trading arrangements in Northern Ireland. The deal was signed by UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen at a meeting in Windsor, England. This development may end a dispute that has soured UK-EU relations, collapsed the Belfast-based regional government, and shaken Northern Ireland's peace process. Are you curious to know about the latest development between the UK and the European Union? Well, hold on tight as we bring you breaking news. The two sides have finally reached an agreement on post-Brexit trading arrangements in Northern Ireland. This is a significant step towards ending the long-standing dispute that has marred UK-EU relations, destabilized the Belfast-based regional government, and threatened Northern Ireland's peace process. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this historic deal signed by UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen at a meeting in Windsor, England. The UK government had previously stated that a news conference would only happen if a deal was struck. A meeting between von der Leyen and King Charles III at Windsor Castle is also planned to discuss various issues including climate change and the war in Ukraine. As news of the UK-EU agreement over post-Brexit trading arrangements in Northern Ireland emerged, many wondered if there would be a formal announcement. The UK government had previously indicated that a news conference would only take place if a deal was reached. However, it was later confirmed that UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen signed the agreement at a meeting in Windsor, England. This development may finally bring an end to a long-standing dispute that has soured UK-EU relations and shaken Northern Ireland's peace process. The deal could also potentially revive the Belfast-based regional government that collapsed due to disagreements over post-Brexit arrangements. It is hoped that the agreement will pave the way for greater stability and cooperation between the UK and the EU. In addition to the signing of the agreement, a meeting between von der Leyen and King Charles III at Windsor Castle is also planned. The meeting is expected to focus on a range of issues, including climate change and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The discussions will be closely watched by observers who are keen to see how the UK and the EU will navigate their relationship following Brexit. Overall, these developments represent an important moment for the UK and the EU. The agreement over post-Brexit trading arrangements in Northern Ireland is a significant step towards resolving a long-standing dispute, while the meeting between von der Leyen and King Charles III is an opportunity to discuss a range of important issues. The next few weeks and months will be crucial in determining the future direction of UK-EU relations, and observers will be watching closely to see how events unfold. LD. The agreement marks a significant milestone in the long-standing and contentious Brexit negotiations. Under the new arrangements, Northern Ireland will remain aligned with the EU's single market for goods, allowing the free flow of products across the border with the Republic of Ireland. The deal also includes measures to address the concerns of unionist communities in Northern Ireland who fear being separated from the rest of the UK. These measures aim to ensure that goods moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland will not face any customs checks, nor will there be any tariffs on goods that are not deemed at risk of being moved to the EU. While the deal has been welcomed by many as a positive step forward, some have raised concerns about the long-term implications of the agreement. Critics argue that it could create a trade barrier between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK and undermine the Good Friday Agreement, which brought an end to decades of sectarian violence in the region. Despite these concerns, the signing of the agreement has been hailed as a significant achievement by both the UK and the EU. It represents a compromise on both sides and demonstrates a willingness to work together to resolve complex issues. The meeting between von der Leyen and King Charles III at Windsor Castle is also an important development, as it underscores the growing importance of climate change and international security issues in the UK-EU relationship. As the world faces numerous challenges, it is clear that cooperation between nations is more important than ever. The agreement between the UK and the EU serves as a reminder that despite their differences, nations can come together to find solutions to complex problems. Despite the positive outcome of the trade agreement, there has been some controversy surrounding King Charles III's involvement in the discussions. Some critics have accused the UK government of dragging the monarch into politics, particularly as he is a constitutional monarch with limited political power. However, a spokesman for Sunak denied these claims, stating that the king had met with other foreign leaders recently and that the meeting was solely to discuss important issues such as climate change and the war in Ukraine. It remains to be seen how this agreement will impact the UK and EU's relationship going forward, particularly with regards to trade and Northern Ireland's place within the UK. Nevertheless, the fact that a deal has been struck after months of negotiations is a positive step towards resolving the issues that have been affecting the region. The signing of the agreement also serves as a reminder of the importance of diplomacy and collaboration in resolving complex issues. As we move forward, it is important to remember the value of open communication and compromise in building stronger international relationships. The DUP has been vehemently opposed to the Northern Ireland Protocol and its impact on the region's trade with the rest of the UK. The party argues that the protocol has created a regulatory border between Northern Ireland and Great Britain, which undermines the integrity of the UK's internal market. As a result, the party has been boycotting the power-sharing government in Northern Ireland, which has led to a political stalemate and raised concerns about the future of the peace process in the region. The success of the deal between the UK and the EU is likely to hinge on whether it can convince the DUP to end its boycott and rejoin the power-sharing government. The party has already rejected the deal, calling it a failure that fails to address the concerns of Northern Ireland's unionists. However, other parties in Northern Ireland have welcomed the agreement, saying that it provides much-needed clarity and stability for the region's businesses and communities. The coming days and weeks will be critical in determining the fate of the agreement and its impact on Northern Ireland's political and economic future. As the region navigates the challenges of post-Brexit trade, the eyes of the world will be on Northern Ireland and its leaders to see how they respond to this latest development. The Good Friday Agreement is a peace accord signed in 1998 that ended decades of sectarian violence in Northern Ireland. Under the agreement, the border between Northern Ireland and Ireland was dismantled, and the two countries were given a shared voice in decision-making. However, after Brexit, there were concerns that a hard border could be reintroduced, causing tensions to flare up again. The new trade agreement between the UK and EU aims to prevent a hard border by allowing Northern Ireland to remain in the EU's single market for goods. The agreement has been welcomed by many, including Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin, who called it a positive development. However, some have criticized the deal, saying it does not go far enough to address the concerns of unionists in Northern Ireland. The situation remains fragile, and it remains to be seen whether the agreement will hold up in the long term. This Stormont break is seen as a significant win for the UK government, as it addresses the DUP's concerns about being able to control Northern Ireland's economic destiny. However, critics argue that it could lead to regulatory divergence between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. Despite the differing opinions, both sides have expressed satisfaction with the deal, with von der Leyen describing it as a new beginning and Sunak stating that it would provide certainty and stability for businesses and citizens in Northern Ireland. The true test of the agreement's success, however, will be how it is received by Northern Ireland's political parties and the broader public, who have been deeply divided over the issue of post-Brexit trading arrangements. The deal has received mixed reactions from different groups, with some praising the breakthrough, while others remain skeptical. The European Research Group, for instance, has said they will scrutinize the details of the agreement before giving their verdict. The group brings together pro-Brexit conservative lawmakers who have been critical of the UK's post-Brexit relationship with the EU. Meanwhile, Sinn Féin, the largest nationalist party in Northern Ireland, has criticised the deal, saying it still leaves the region subject to many EU rules and regulations, even though the UK has left the EU. As the dust settles on this latest development, it remains to be seen how the agreement will affect the UK, the EU, and Northern Ireland in the long run. In conclusion, the recently finalized post-Brexit trading arrangement between the UK and the European Union regarding Northern Ireland has been a long-awaited development. The success of this deal has significant implications for UK-EU relations, the peace process in Northern Ireland, and the political futures of key figures involved, such as UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. If the deal goes through, it would be a major win for Sunak, strengthen his hold over the Conservative Party, and potential. Why pave the way for a new era of UK-EU relations? However, failure to secure the deal could potentially revive the deep ideological divide over Brexit and trigger a rebellion from the Eurosceptic wing of the party. Only time will tell how this development will play out in the long term. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel for more updates on this and other important topics.